Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We are Group 47, and today we are going to give a presentation on our project for Cst235. Moving on to the team members, we have 5 members in our group, which are Lim, myself, Azam, Zu, Mueet, and Alia. The tasks were distributed among all 5 of the group mates equally as shown at the table. So, talking about the table of content, we have divided this presentation in 7 parts, which are introduction and background, the network topology design, security needs for the law firm, security blueprint, CETA, and continuity strategies. The fifth one would be security technologies, which will be deployed or applied. The sixth one will be related legal and ethical issues for the law firm's network and information system. And finally, we will do the conclusion and the references. Moving on to the introduction. So, what is the aim of this presentation or project? The aim of this project is to develop a comprehensive network infrastructure and security solution for a new law firm branched in Indonesia, Bali. So, the objective is network design infrastructure, security solutions, compliances and ethics, and finally disaster recovery. Thank you. Moving on to the background. Who is our client? Our client is a prominent law firm opening a new branch in Bali, Indonesia. The requirements are as following. Subnetwork allocation should be as mentioned below. Network areas are reception, partner offices, and meeting rooms. Connectivity should be wired and Wi-Fi for seamless communication. Integration should be backup location for critical servers and digital case management. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lin Pengyu. I will introduce our overall network architecture and then introduce my part, administration part, and the meeting room part. Our network connects to the internet through a firewall. The firewall is the first line of defense for our network security. Next is the code switch, which serves as the central hub of the network. Our router interfaces between the internet and internal network. The serve is connected to the code switch, providing various network service and data storage to ensure efficient access. About security machines, to ensure network security, we have deployed IDS and IPS at critical locations. First one between the firewall and the code switch, second one deployed between the code switch and each blind. In the administration section, we use the administration switch to manage all devices. Through line 10, we provide an independent network space for the administration department. Additionally, the IDS/IPS system is deployed at the boundary of one line. About the meeting room, the network in the meeting room is managed by the meeting room 1 and the meeting room 2 switches. Meeting room 1 uses VLAN 50 and the meeting room 2 uses VLAN 60. The IDS and the IPS system is deployed at the boundaries of VLAN 50 and VLAN 60.
The network in the partner office is managed by the partner office 1 and partner office switches. Partner office 1 uses VLAN 20 and partner office 2 uses VLAN 40. Each office has several PCs with traffic island through their respective VLANs, and the ID's IPs system is deployed at the boundaries of VLAN 20 and VLAN 40, ensuring data security and privacy. The network in the reception area is managed by the main reception switch. The reception area uses VLAN 30 and has several PCs with traffic islands through VLAN 30. The IDS API system is deployed at the boundary of VLAN 30, ensuring network security for visitors and staffs.
Hello, my name is Moeed, and I'll be continuing with security needs for the law firm.
So basically, we have six security needs. The first one would be data protection, then access control, Wi Fi security, network security, endpoint security, and lastly, backup and disaster recovery. We also came up with a security blueprint. For data protection, we do the data encryption for sensitive data both at rest and in transit across networks. For the email encryption, we'll be implementing email encryption solutions to secure email communications. Next is network security. For network security, we'll deploy the next generation firewall at the network premiere, which will filter the incoming and outgoing traffic, such as application awareness and user identity. For the intrusion detection, we'll position the IDS systems behind the firewalls to monitor network traffic. And for access control, we'll apply role based access control to both physical and logical resource access. And for multi factor authentication, we'll that will add the extra layer of security beyond usernames and passwords. Additionally, for Wi Fi security, we'll use WPA3 encryption for robust security and deploy wireless access points supporting seamless roaming. We'll also be using guest Wi-Fi to separate Wi-Fi network with restricted access to internet resources. For antivirus, we'll deploy antivirus and anti-malware software on all devices. For the patch management, it will help us protect against known vulnerabilities and will be deployed and updated, regularly updated and patch operating systems on all devices. And finally, for the backup and disaster recovery, we'll be using automated backup solutions to back up all critical data. And we'll be implementing disaster recovery as a service to quickly recover data and systems in the event of disaster.
Hi, my name is Nur Ali Atika. I will talk about CETA. CETA is a security education, training, and awareness program. It has three components. For the first component is security education. It is to provide knowledge on the network and information security for the law firm employees. There are a few methods to perform the security education, such as formal courses, certification, seminar and conferences, and e-learning modules. The function of the security education is to make the employees aware of the cybersecurity threats, and they can also contribute to policy making process. For the security training, there are three types of training: mandatory training, specialized training, and professional training. There are a few ways to conduct the security training, such as hands-on workshops, role-playing, scenario training, virtual labs, and regular training sessions. The function of the security training is to prepare the employees on the proper use of encryption software, secure communication tools, and secure file sharing platforms. And for the last component, security awareness, it is to promote positive security consciousness among individuals. There are few ways to promote the awareness, such as through campaigns, newsletters, email, posters, television, and social media. For continuity strategies, first we have risk assessment and business impact analysis to establish recovery time objective. Second is crisis communication to manage information flow. Third is data backup and recovery by doing regular backups, encryption, and checksums. Fourth is alternative work arrangements such as remote desktop and bring your own device policy. Fifth is incident response plan to handle disruptions and minimize their impact. And sixth is redundancy mechanism, redundant network path, and secure cloud storage.
Now I'll be talking about the security technologies which will be deployed. The first one is network segmentation access control. We'll be deploying VLANs for departments, that is administrations, partner offices, and meeting rooms. For the network access control, we'll be deploying the check-in device security, which will be at every network entry points before granting access. The second security technology would be to identify and access management. As mentioned earlier in the blueprint, It would be multi-factor authentication, which will be integrated with authentication requiring passwords and secondary verification. Also, single sign-ons, which will simplify access management with one login for multiple systems. It would be configured for various purposes. The third would be physical security technologies. We'll be using card readers, biometric scanners, and security cameras at every entry points. And the fourth one is security information and event management. We'll be using SIEM software on dedicated servers with network device and endpoint agents. And finally, the last security technology would be endpoint security. EPP will protect us against malware, virus, and threats and will be installed on all end servers. The endpoint detection and response service will be installed on all endpoints for real time detection and advanced threats. Thank you. This would be all from me. I'll pass it to the next person.
For the legal and ethical issue, first one is data privacy. Employee privacy. Surveillance technologies such as monitoring software can harm the employee privacy. Client privacy. Communication between the client and employee are sensitive and confidential, and the issue of misusing clients' personal data. To overcome this, law firm must comply with various data protection and privacy laws on how data is being collected, stored, and processed, and they must obtain client consent before collecting their data. Second issue is cybercrime, such as data breaches and cyber attack like phishing, malware, and denial of service. So the law firm must comply with cyber security standards that are set by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and they also must regularly conducting security audit and must be proactive in risk management. And the third issue is accountability and responsibility. Law firm must establish clear policies and procedures, and their action must comply legal and ethical standards to maintain their client trust. For the fourth issue is cross-border data transfer. It has regulatory complexities and potential legal conflicts. So the law firm must comply with general data protection regulation and binding corporate rules. And the last one is over-collection of data and privacy intrusion issue. So the law firm must implement data minimization policies and regular data audits, data anonymization, and pseudonymization. That's all from me.
So, finally, talking about the conclusion. In conclusion, we're going to sum up what we discussed about the network design and the information security. So, regarding the network design for the new office leverages the star topology and effective connection across all key areas, which are the meeting room, the main reception, the administration, and the partner's office. It supports effective collaboration and communication between both client and staff. Moving on to the information security, let's first revise about the security needs for law firm and security blueprint. So in this, we talked about the data and email inquiry, endpoint security, Wi-Fi security, network security, access control, data protection, and backup and disaster control. Continuing with the information security, we're going to talk about the legal and ethical considerations that we talked about, which were data privacy and protection, cybercrime, accountability and responsibility, cross data transfer, and data minimization. Talking about CETA, we talked about the security education, the security training, and security awareness. Moving on and talking about the technologies applied, we talked about the physical, the system, and the network aspects of the technologies that we have deployed. Finally, talking about the continuity strategy, we talked about risk assessment, business impact analysis, crisis communication, data backup recovery, alternate work arrangements, incident response planning, and redundant mechanism. Thank you.